We're at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. The numbers for him from a week ago, 14 carries, 51 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
2nd and 6. Operating from the gun. Walton throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, like habits, we can be somewhat predictable. And you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. On 3rd down, Stuckey. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. Here comes the Lions punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
And at the start of Jordan Love's NFL career, he had one of the best seats in the stadium watching Aaron Rodgers work. But now he's looking for more than that. Rocket arm, big play potential. And he wants to show this organization that he's capable of being a dependable starter for the foreseeable future.
And now Love going to change things up. They'll start on the ground with Benson. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football. But that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try to run for it with Benson. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. They get this out quickly to the left side. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. A give up the middle with Benson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The numbers for Benson in last week's ball game. 14 carries, 5 yards past 100, and a touchdown.
Well, obviously he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
Here's Love. Open man, here's Benson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for first and 10. Up the middle they go. Cartwright. A nice opening right away as he'll maneuver his way up to the 32-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
On first down, it's Benson. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. To throw now. Here's Love. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Throw left side complete. That's Benson. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Trey Benson with career touchdown number 60. And the Packers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
Well, it certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we could walk away with a win.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Azeez Ojulari, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Back to throw. Walton. And that falls to the nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Clark. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner, as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive maybe. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a second and short. Now a handoff up the middle. Cartwright. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down. The Packers at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Now Love. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Aleem McNeil busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They run over center with Benson. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. No luck whatsoever there on the draw.
Yeah, they're supposed to use their aggressiveness against them. That was the hope. But maybe they had too big of a meal last night. A half step slow, and he ends up running right into the meat of the defense.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A short throw to Musgrave. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 10 more there and another 1st down. Up the middle they go. Cartwright, and he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. In motion, the tight end. Love now. He finds his man, complete. That's Benson. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. On the give, it's Benson. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing.
Touchdown, Packers! A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point up and through. And that'll make the score 14-0. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Lions now taking over late in this first half. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something being shut out right now. They could really use some momentum before they head into halftime. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up second down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
A short pass here taken in by Laporta. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do is maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
He finds his man, complete. It's Clark. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. Back to throw again. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On third down, Stuckey. The 20. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Lions are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. So this drive spans 7 plays. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. That is knocked away and incomplete. The coverage, excellent. And the gadget play is foiled. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final play of the half, Love. He's going to try and go deep again. And this one is incomplete. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Packers offense and running back Trey Benson headed back onto the field. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. The drive will begin with a run by Benson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 47 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. 2nd down and 3. Love. A short throw to Musgrave. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. Throwing. Love. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Love looking to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. Well, they picked up right where they left off from the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Throwing to start the drive. Walton. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. From the 34-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now a handoff up the middle. Clark. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, you can go for a touchdown. But the runs that really make it work are the ones where you just get what you need, right? And he barely got the 1st down, but he got it.
Able to power through. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Walton. Quick throw that's complete on the inside slant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. They go play action here on 1st down. Now working free down the field. That's Polk. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jalen Polk, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions have cut it back within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Packers offense now. They get ready to head back onto the field. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Another run here with Benson. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 66 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with a draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
Well, you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field, and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
Going quickly out to the right side. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Zone read, here's Benson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL. And it's back now at Lambeau. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. A short throw to Musgrave.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Play fake. Here's Love. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Lions are right back in this football game. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Operating from the gun, Walton. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after the ice is down, he's going to be a nice long soaking hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. On third down, Stuckey, and he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Well, the bad news, they had the turnover last time. The good news, their defense only surrendered 3. So now we are set up for a great finish, all tied here in the fourth. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that will bring up second down. Back to throw. Love. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
The Packers on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Love. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down. Needed the 40, but he's a yard or 2 shy. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on third down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Going for it. Here's Benson. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll go again with Benson. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. Well, this offense in good shape. 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. And some room to roam now. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. A handoff here to Benson. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
But he picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They come up now on 2nd and 2. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here we go, first and goal. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great play there. His third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the fourth. Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. So now the Lions down by 7, 1:07 remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Back to throw. That is incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him the completion.
Just over a minute to go in the football game. 2nd and 10. He's back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Final minute, one timeout remaining. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
St. Brown on the catch. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. This is 1st and 10. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Here's 1st down. Back to throw. That one caught by Polk. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Here's 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. And it's caught. Gosh, given the time of the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so, but it's hard to get a receiver to drop the football. They're trained to catch everything.
Well, they came so close, Charles. They were knocking on the door in a one-possession game, but ultimately the defense held tough to get the victory.